Dave, you look good, Dave.
Okay, I'm gonna tell Santa Claus to bring you extra presents.
Thank you, Dave.
The other thing, Dave, is if you look in your top right hand corner, you see three little dots where your name is and where your box is. You can say to stop video or not use video. So you have to turn it
Ryan's
on.
here.
In
Okay,
other
we
words,
can
it
start.
says, mine now says stop video, but watch, if I do stop video, my name comes up. And then I can come back
Okay,
on and then
Guys,
say
got,
start video.
Lourdes, I have to call the meeting to order.
guys, we are now live, so Chair, you can take over. Willie, are you good?
We're good to go. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Okay,
And
I'll be here.
Ryan should be on board. Chairperson Wicks.
Okay, thank you. This is Dottie Wicks, Chair of the Elderly Affairs Committee meeting for May 24th, 2021. And I would like to call to order. Ryan will call your name and say present, okay? Ryan, you want to start the roll call?
Dottie, I need just a moment, please.
You want me to start?
If you don't mind.
Okay. Lourdes Corvo,
Present.
Alexander Alonso, Alex Ariano,
Here.
Omaida Bumpest, Ziamara Castillo,
Here.
Diego Cifuentes,
Present.
Stephanie Cruz,
Here.
Pedro Fialo, David Garces, Jackie Lebeda,
Here.
Ada McCarthy,
She's logging in right now. Chairperson Wicks.
Maria Medros, Rosario Navarro,
Here.
Dave Oliver,
Present.
Gabby Verdell Pianera, Nancy Rogers, Michael Salem,
Present.
Sarah Suarez. Okay. Have you all read the minutes?
Motion to
Yes.
approve the minutes.
Second,
My last name is Miss Pell.
Huh.
Well, just a moment and I'll. Are there any adoptions, deletions, or corrections? Okay, Zilma.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and say what it is.
My last name is Castillo, not Castilla.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
There's no public comments tonight that I'm aware of. We have a presentation from Care Plus, and Willie is going to introduce them. Go ahead, Willie.
Thank you, Ms. Wicks. Yes, it's our pleasure tonight. We have from Care Plus, we have Ali, and she has an exciting event that she wants to present to the committee. And Ali, the floor is yours.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Aloina Gutierrez, and you could call me Ali for short. Like Willie was saying, I work for Care Plus Health Plans, and I'm the sales and marketing executive for the sales department for the Miami-Dade market. We will have been working with Willie and Elderly Affairs Committee in some events, and it presented to us like a great opportunity about the car disinfectants events, and I sent the link to Willie. I'm not sure if he was able to like share it with some of you guys. This service brings a great opportunity, to the seniors in your community as it disinfects, the cars. The service will be paid 100% by Care Plus, and the chemical that is being used is 100% safe, as EPA approved to kill viruses and bacteria, including the coronavirus. So what we need from you guys with this kind of event is kind of coordination with the elderly committees, because sometimes when we do events, we don't know how many people are gonna show up to these events. And since it's a time limited event because each car takes about 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, the process to be disinfected. Then we kind of need to coordinate, make RSVPs, and we don't have that capability, you know, as a health plans, we cannot, we pre-create flyers and give out, but, you know, we can sometimes, you know, people don't call, and since we have been working with you guys and see in the drive-through events through Miami Lakes, with the restaurants, it's a, you know, wonderful coordination, the guys, you know, what you guys have. And I said, okay, this is like a great opportunity. Let's bring it, you know, to the, you know, to the town of Miami Lakes and see if you guys are interested on doing this kind of event with us. You guys have any questions?
Well, I seen the package and I went through it, and I think it's a wonderful project for us. I think it would be good. I know the seniors would love it. And I would say we probably have about 100 seniors that would be able to attend this project. Now, if that's too many, we could do it on a first name, first basis.
Okay, we haven't done, this is like gonna be like the first time for us doing it. We haven't done one yet. We're very excited about it, but this is our first time doing it, and we haven't done one yet. So it takes about 10 to 15 minutes for each car to be disinfected, and the service lasts for 30 days. And we have supposedly the crew that's gonna be helping us with this. They could provide like several employees, but we kind of need to know how many people are coming, because we don't have, you know, we don't want to make them wait, you know, a long time. If it takes about 5 cars per hour, maybe that's for one person. But if we bring, you know, 3-4 people that's gonna come and disinfect the car, maybe we could do more. So, and we don't have to do all of them in one event. We could split it up. Let's say, you know, we do maybe 20, 30 one day, and then, you know, another one, I will see how that goes. And then, you know, maybe next time we do more. You know, I don't have a lot of details because we haven't done one yet. It looks very good. It's very, you know, we're very excited. We want to do it, you know, but I can't provide you much details because we haven't done one just yet. So, but we could, you know, work it out and see how it goes. Maybe with one, maybe, you know, small, you know, 20, 40 people, 50 tops, I think. And we take it from there. We could do like a lot of, you know, a lot of events. We don't have like an exact amount of like, we just do one, we could do 2, 3, 4. And this way, you know, we get everyone in your community, you know, have, you know, the seniors and the community having the car disinfected.
Okay, if you don't mind, I'd like to get a vote from the committee to see if they would, you know, if they want to do this. If they do, you and I can work with, Willie and I can work with you on how to sign them up and how many a day or what everything, if that's okay with you.
Sure. Our marketing department is actually working on doing kind of like a flyer explaining, because the way, you know, when I show you the video that I show it to Willie, it's easier, you know, it catches the attention, but when you explain it to someone verbally, sometimes it doesn't really shows how wonderful it is. So our marketing department is also working on a flyer that kind of explains this a little bit more. The flyer, I think, is going to be ready by next week. I'm not 100% sure, but we're working to make it available as soon as, you know, as possible. And I could provide you those flyers, Dorothy, and, you know, to kind of, you know, give away, or I don't know how you guys, you know, give these flyers to the community to do that. We also have flyers that maybe that could be used to invite people to the event. It has like a cute card being washed. We could, you know, put the date, the time. The only thing is the location that, you know, that we could do it. I'm not sure if you guys have a location that we could do something like this, or maybe we could talk to our partners, Conviva, the medical center. Maybe they could, you know, give us Let us their location. I don't know what you guys think about that.
All right, I would like to take a vote to see if the committee is interested in it first.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Are there any no's? Let me put it that way. Are there any no's? There's no no's. What was that?
Somebody's
My
dog.
dog, hold on.
I don't think it was a no.
It scared me.
Ida is on mute.
All right,
McCarthy?
so we are accepting
What?
it.
You're on
Willie and
mute.
I will get in touch with you to work out all the particulars, if that's okay with you. What's her name?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
I said that the committee has approved it, so Willie and I will get back with you for all the particulars, how we're going to do it, the date, how we're going to put the flyers out, everything. Is that okay?
That'll be wonderful.
All right,
Thank you very much for your time and have a wonderful evening.
All
Ali,
right,
thank you. And committee members, I sent everybody a link. I'm not sure you have received it before, but I just sent it to you so you guys can see the video that Ali's mentioning.
I can't
It's
understand.
going to be a great event, Ali. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay, comments from the chair. I think a lot of you don't know how hard the people work on the committee that does the lunches. And there are some I want to recognize because they are there every single week. One of them, if it wasn't for Pedro, we probably would have been out of money by now. He gets all the sponsors we have for every single week. Omaida has been there every single week since the beginning, Rosario, and Nancy's been there directing the traffic. So I just wanted to give them a
Woo-hoo!
pat on the back.
Thank you.
And Ada has been helping me with all the Spanish customers and contacting them. Thank you, Ada.
Ada,
Okay.
you're still on mute. We can't hear you.
You,
I know she's talking, but we can't hear
Ada,
her.
you're on mute. She can't hear us. Okay, old business. We did the adoption of the committee rules and regulations, and I guess Willie's taking care of that. Results of the Cinco de Mayo, oh my goodness, it was so much fun, and the seniors thoroughly enjoyed it. I got so many good compliments, and on the food especially. It was really a fun day. The security alerts work is working in progress. I'm working with Ryan, and we're trying to put something together and hope to have something by the next meeting. On the new business, approval of the budget. You all have a copy of the budget that we presented?
Yes.
It's in the, it's in the package.
Yes.
Okay,
I'd like to make a comment on it.
okay.
I took the liberty of taking a look at other budgets on other committees. We are now, with the proposed budget, we would be the second highest budget of all the committees.
Okay.
And I don't think that the council will approve that.
Well, let me explain to you why we did, it's higher. Number one, last year or the year before, we were dealing with 85 people with the lunches. We are now dealing with 156. So we have doubled most all of everything we're doing has been doubled. And we're struggling. And like I said, if it wasn't for Pedro, we'd have been closed a long time ago. So that's why we may not get it, but all we can do is ask. And the reason why we're asking for it is because we have had so many more seniors that weren't recognized before. Especially, we went up to 41 homebound seniors. We never had that many before that are getting a lunch and that are so grateful for the lunch. They're happy for the little gifts we put in sometime. It makes them feel like somebody knows that they're around. So we decided to put the extra money in, and at least we can try. Is there any other questions?
Nope.
Willie, did you put a copy of the budget in the package? I know I have it because I was at the meeting, but Nancy says she doesn't have a copy of it.
Nobody has.
I don't have it.
No,
I have it because I was at the meeting.
Very faded, Nancy.
Me too.
Dave, how did you get it? Dave?
I have not got it.
Oh, I thought you said you looked at it. I'm sorry.
Only get page
Hey, how did you know it was double?
I didn't know that.
Oh.
I did.
Yeah, that was Alex.
It's on page 9 of your.
Oh, sorry, Alex.
Oh, Alex.
The only
I'll
thing,
forgive you.
It's hard to see it because the ink didn't come out well,
Right.
but it is on page 9. And if you all want me to try and read it, I can do that. I'll tell you the ones that we tried to extend. We pay on the freebie, is a natural budget for that is $2,500. The Rock Steady Boxing, $2,500. The forums, we kept it at $1,000. The health fair, we put it at $500. We're gonna have one this year, maybe in August, but we're not sure yet. The meet and eat was $7,000 on our original budget last year. We're asking for $14,000 because we doubled the number of people that we are serving. Miscellaneous expense is $500. That's like if we have T-shirts and different things like that that we need. The senior field trips, we kept that at $6,000. And the senior socials, we went from $12,000 to $4,000. And the reason we did that is because we have a project coming up next year that it's on my new business that I want to talk about.
I just want to say that it is included, the budget subcommittee minutes are included in the package that Willie sent out.
I'm sorry, Zia Moore, what'd you say?
I said that the budget subcommittee minutes are included in the package that Willie sent out.
Yes, I said it's on page 9.
Right.
Right. Okay, we haven't, oh, excuse me, and then there's one more item we put on there, Miami Lakes, ID cards. We put $1,000. And the reason for that then is that I was working on this project with Alex Ray many moons ago. And what we wanted to do is to give every senior in Miami Lakes an ID card. And with that, have a senior day special. Maybe we're going to try to get all the shops on Main Street to give them a discount on that day. Have a party on that day. Just something special to make them feel like they are special, that we really appreciate our seniors and what we're doing. So that is the budget, and all in favor?
Dottie,
Aye.
Aye.
call the, excuse me, can you call the question first?
Pardon?
Dottie,
Can we have a discussion first, or is this?
I thought we had
But
approve it and then discuss.
you want to approve it, but if someone,
All right, Nancy wants me to have it, is there any discussion on it?
well, I'm sorry, this is Ryan. Who motioned to have the budget approved as presented?
second,
No, who motioned? I'm asking, who motioned?
I can,
That's what I was trying to do, get a vote. Is there anybody
We
that?
have to motion first, right? Motion, second, discussion, and then we all in favor,
right.
right?
You want me to motion it? I motion it. I
Who's
motion
aye?
it.
Is there anybody oppose it?
Rosario,
Rosario
you
Navarro.
can.
Thank you.
Does anybody oppose it? Okay, does anybody have a discussion on it? Anything you want to think that you would like, you don't like, you approve of, or you don't want to change it, or whatever? Okay.
I'd like to, let me know when I can ask my question.
All right, Nancy, you can ask your question.
I see a lot of items on here, and I have no objection to any of them. I just have a question that some of these items, if we are going to go back to having our regular luncheons and whatever, you're not going to need freebie anymore to deliver, or are you still going to plan that $2,500 for your shut-ins? Are they going to remain shut-ins? You know what I'm saying? There's
will
a
be
lot on here
discussed
that's going to
further on.
change.
That's going to be discussed further on.
I'm sorry,
I'm
for
just
when?
trying to get the budget approved now,
All right,
and then,
so it's going to be a discussion for when?
right, in a few minutes.
Oh,
It's
okay.
on- It's
Let me-
on the,
then-
it's on the agenda.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay,
Thank you.
so the budget has been approved. The next one would be, Nancy is going to speak on a project called RAMP, R-A-M-P. So Nancy, take the floor.
These are the forms that we plan to have printed up. We're not going to use colored paper. I could never get a straight answer from fire or police that they had to be a certain color. And so we're just going to have them printed up. As you see here, there will be one or two corrections where we're going to ask to have the physician and the family contact phone numbers be added. Those corrections, I can't see.
I can't see the form. I don't think anybody on the screen.
Did
can
any
see it.
of you get a copy of the form?
No, they weren't
Nancy,
printed up in time.
there's a camera in the chamber. If you go to the camera, you can show it to everybody.
In the chamber?
If you walk up to the camera, you can see, you can show it to the whole committee.
Where's the camera?
Who's talking?
I just wanted to say that I couldn't see it. I mean,
Neither can I, but.
Nancy.
All right, just one moment. Willie, where's the camera?
The camera's by the TVs. You'll see it on the stand. If you look forward, where the big screens are at, there should be a camera
Oh,
there.
right up there. Nancy,
The same camera
this
is
is yours.
recording you guys right now.
Okay, Nancy's going to show you what we're talking about, what she's talking about.
Yes.
lift it up, Nancy.
Little higher, there.
I don't see.
It's hard to read.
Yeah, you can't read it.
Well, I don't see anything. How can I see it?
It's
Okay,
there. It's on the
this-
screen. All right, but we can't read it, unfortunately, Nancy, so you're just gonna have to read it to us. Oh, there, you got it really close. It was good.
Okay, what this is a project for seniors to sign up for. You put all your information on it, you put it on your refrigerator, so if the police come to your house, they know what doctors, who the family contact is, and all your information is on this. Your social is on it, your allergies, your reactions, the medication, the dosage, and the frequency. So she wants, from what I understand, she wants to work in partnership with the Elderly Affairs Committee to give this out to every senior. It's kind of explanatory. It asks for your patient's name, social security number, insurance number, allergies, reaction, medications, dosage, frequency, medical history, physician's name, family contact, and then any personal information you want to put out. So what what she wants to do is to get this copied, and I'm assuming put it in with one of our lunches, or how are you gonna deliver this to the seniors?
Can I make a suggestion?
This isn't just for seniors. First of all, we voted on this a while back, several months ago. All we had to do was come up with the form in the upper left-hand corner, and I know you can't see this, but trust me, the upper left corner is the Public Safety Committee logo, and the upper right-hand corner is the Elderly Affairs Committee. This is for anyone, any Miami Lakes resident. They fill it out, they pick it up at the table at Town Hall. Nobody has to deliver it, none of that. Be in the stack, on the table, out front in the lobby. They pick it up and they fill it out for their information. If there's 4 family members in the house, they can take 4. and they can fill it out, and then they put it on their refrigerator, and it helps police and fire if any time the person is unresponsive or whatever and needs help inside their house. And it's just a simple thing that they come and they pick up. The only thing that it needs added was Dottie's suggestion that we add a space for the physician's phone number and the family contact's phone number. That's the only thing that it needs, and this is just a sample that I'm sorry I wasn't able to get it until this evening at 6 o'clock. So, you know, if you want, we can table this for next month.
No, one of my questions is, they're going to pick it up at Town Hall. Town Hall's closed now, and we don't know how much longer.
Sorry, Town Hall.
Huh?
Can I
Town Hall
make a
is
suggestion
closed.
to the form?
They can
before
come in
they get printed?
Wait, Town Hall's not closed.
All right, does anybody have questions? Jackie?
I do.
All right, go ahead, Lourdes.
I don't know that we should put the entire social security number on there. Because if the wrong person gets that information, for example, a caretaker, they now have the social security number of that person and they can really create identity fraud with it. Or if somebody even just breaks into your house, you've now given them the ability to commit identity fraud on top of the fact that they just burglarized your house. So,
I agree, and that's one of the items that I would have removed. I don't care for it to be up there either.
the hospitals aren't gonna, the fire rescue and the police don't need your social security number. But I think it is a good idea for seniors, and I think that we should try and give them out at, like, if we ever get together again with bingo or something. Or even, you know, in the drive-throughs for the elderly, because I think it could be very helpful and I think it's a great idea, Nancy, but I would not put social security numbers on the document.
I agree with you.
We have done this project twice before. One time when we had a social over at Hialeah Racetrack. The fire department came in, they explained it and gave it to everybody. They took it home, filled it out, and supposedly put it on the refrigerator. Then we did it again over at Mary Collins. I think not last year, but year before last. And I don't remember who it was that came and talked, but I remember doing it. So do we want to continue doing it? I
think we should.
All right.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay, we need a vote. Let me ask how many no's, because there's usually too many yays. Yeah, yes. With the corrections, how many would approve of this document going out?
Me.
Me.
2?
Yeah.
How many no's? Who? No? Okay. 1, 2. Turn on your, put on your speaker so we can hear you.
You know, on my refrigerator, I already have my name, my sister's name and number, and my physician's number, and whatever it's necessary. I don't see why I have to put my social security number and all that. It's too much.
No, that she said she would take it off.
That was the social. She said that we agreed it was going to take it out.
No, and if you have one, you don't have to put another one. But it's for the people that don't have any.
Yeah. Well, my problem is the town hall. Most of the seniors can't get to town hall for something like this. So maybe we could put it in one of the lunches or something like that. But I don't think we restrict it for just town hall. And how are you going to get the message out for all the other people to come and pick it up? That's another thing.
Whatever process we use to get them distributed, I have no objection. I would say put a bunch out there, and I love the idea of sticking them in with the lunch bags for the drive-throughs. You know, whatever a ream of paper costs, now there are several pages to this. All we would have to do is supply the paper and keep getting them printed up.
Is that going to be a cost to the committee, to our committee?
Listen, I'll volunteer a ream of paper.
Yeah,
You know,
Okay.
that's 500, so I can easily donate from my office a ream of paper.
Okay,
And if
thank you so
we
much,
need 2
Lourdes.
reams, I think my office can deal with donating 2 reams of paper.
Okay, thank you.
I think what I'd like to see is like with the signs that public safety distributes, at some point, I plan to ask for a sponsor and we can have their logo put on our signs. And that's where, what direction, once this becomes popular, we can ask anybody to put their logo or whatever and be a sponsor. And I think that would help. And I think a lot of our medical companies would do something like that as well.
Okay, it's been approved, so we'll move on. Continued traveling bingo drive-through.
Patty, I'm sorry, can I interject for a moment?
Pardon?
Can I interject for a moment?
Yes.
I didn't want to interrupt the conversation, but was that Omaida that I heard?
Yes, Owaida objects.
Yes,
Okay,
that's me.
I think that there are several people there that did not have their microphones off when we called roll, so I'll need to double check at the end of the meeting who is actually present. I have everybody that's on Zoom, but those that are present there, if you could just, at the end of the meeting, let me know who's there. That would be helpful, thank you.
So you want each person that says yes or just do a roll call?
At the end, we can do it at the end. We don't need to do it now, but I did not hear her say yes. Nancy, I did not hear say yes or present when you called her. Obviously, she did the presentation. But I want to make sure I have everybody.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Earlier this month, I started getting a bunch of calls, and they were saying to me that, when are we going to start the bingo at Mary Collins? And I said, I have no idea. And I was told that the mayor had put out a message on Facebook that they were opening all activities for seniors. And I didn't know about it. I know the committee didn't know about it. And I asked Willie about it. He didn't know anything about it. It seems like it was talked at the council meeting. They agreed to open it up. But then I talked to Manny, and I says, Manny, I see multiple problems here. If we open up the Mary Collins, we have to service anybody from anywhere. We are now servicing 157 people. How are we going to manage that? That's not even going to work over at Mary Collins. Number 2, we've got 41 people that we are serving by the freebie. What happens to them? Because we've never did lunches for the freebie before. So are we just going to take those people and put them aside? So my question is, what I would like to do, this is just my opinion, is continue what we're doing now, the traveling bingo now, until our new budget comes in, till we see what we have and what we can do. Because right now, we will be out of money probably after, right? And how do I control the people coming to the bingo? You know, it's because they're going to be coming from the Moors, from, Hialeah, PSN, and then how do we control all of that? And I don't think we're ready for that, because we're still, I know we're opening things, but for the seniors, I don't think we're ready for it. That's just strictly my opinion. So I'd like to hear from somebody else.
I'd like to make a comment, and I think it's a terrific plan, and I would move a motion to continue with the traveling bingo. Since it's exceptional.
All right, do we
A
have?
second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any?
Aye.
Any?
Aye.
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 Any noes? Thank you very much.
And I'd like to make a comment, please. I think Dorothy's doing a terrific job. Everybody, a lot of people call me and they told me, this is fabulous. We're really happy about it. They're happy with the freebie and with our, lunches.
Can you hear me or my microphone is off?
No, you're good.
Who's
You're
talking?
good.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'm helping Dottie with the Spanish-speaking people that she had so much trouble with them. Of course, for me, it's not a problem. But let me tell you what the Elderly Affairs Committee is also doing to these people. I'm giving them the time to say, how are you doing? Then Dottie gave me the idea, ask them what they do in their spare time. Wow. They do word searches. They do on the iPad. A wealth of things. But also they want to converse with me. So now when I dedicate the time to the phone call, I'm not in a hurry. And a few of them are caring for moms in their 90s who are homebound. So I can just place myself in that position to be a caregiver and also be an old person. But they are wonderful. Today I even got a call from somebody says, we enjoy it so much, we can't go on Wednesday, would you tell Dottie? I said, yes, I will. But I think they appreciate it because when I call back, they always ask me, how am I doing? Everything. It's a little extra they get once a week. And when I call them, I don't have a time period. Whatever time it takes to do the 20 phone calls, that's it. It's only 20. I think Dottie does 100, so he probably spends the whole week on the phone. But
I have no idea how Dottie does it.
I don't want to know it.
I can't stop because if I stop, I never start again.
He puts a new battery every week.
Okay, announcements.
I just want to tell you guys something that even the sponsor who spoke earlier today, the organization that is going on here with the program is amazing, and they see it, and that's a corporate partner. So Dottie and the whole team here, because I know everybody plays a role somehow. This is some good work our committee is doing, and I appreciate all your hard work.
Thank you, Willie. Okay, our next traveling bingo will be tomorrow, May 26th, from 11 to 11:30 at, let me see.
No,
no, just a minute, let me get it. No
quiero
Concero, whatever.
I don't want to
I
cook.
hear they're good.
They laugh at me when I say it, but I said, at least I'm trying. All right, does anybody else have any announcements?
No, we want to thank you for all your time.
I
You're welcome.
third that motion because I'm sure somebody will second it.
Me too. Me too.
Okay, want to adjourn the meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Dottie,
Thank you.
Thank you, Dorothy.
if I may just make one
Thank you,
quick
everybody.
announcement.
Please give me names. Who motioned?
Lourdes, second.
All right.
Nancy has one more announcement.
Just so y'all understand the process, I'm going to make the corrections on these forms, and then the Public Safety Committee will vote on this tomorrow night because it is a collaborative effort regarding the ramp forms, in case some of you might have missed that point. So my meeting will be tomorrow night, and we'll probably go along with this, with the corrections we've talked about tonight. Thank you.
Good night, all.
Good night.
Good night.
Brian,
Thank you.
Good night.
Ryan, you,
Ryan, did you get the people at town hall?
I did not. I mean, Dottie, Pedro, Nancy, and Omaida. And is there anybody else there?
Michael.
Michael.
Michael Salem. All right, Michael Salem. So absent, Willie, if you want to double check me. The only ones I have absent are Sarah Suarez and Gabby.
Alexandra Alonso, did you get that?
I did not. Thank you.
Alexandra was
Maria,
absent.
Maria Morelos.
Marie.
David was absent.
No,
David
David Garcia?
David Garces.
No,
yeah.
David was here.
No,
No,
David
David
Garcia.
Garces.
David
David
Garces
was
wasn't,
not
David
here.
Garces wasn't here, okay. And the other one was Maria Medros. I don't think she was here.
I didn't see her on the screen.
Gabby and
Yeah,
Sarah,
I got Gabby. I got Sarah.
okay?
Yeah,
Thank you.
Alexander. Thank you.
Have a good
Bye.
one.
Good night,
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Okay, good
Bye,
night.
guys.
Good night.
Good night. Good night, Willie. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Dottie. And be safe, okay?
Good evening, good evening. We seem to have a quorum at this point. Esther, we think we got a quorum now, so we can get started. Elizabeth, we need you to do what you do, what Willie would be doing, please.
Willie's there.
Where is Willie? Oh, there he is, okay. All right,
Chairman, we're ready to go. Thank you, sir.
all right, thank you. Good evening. Welcome to the Town of Miami Lakes Cultural Affairs Committee meeting. Today is Monday, May 22nd, 2021. The time is now 8:33. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Madam Secretary, would you please call the roll?
Elsa, would you like me to do that?
Yes, please.
Neil Robinson,
Present.
Esther Colon. Present. Carla Acosta,
Present.
Elsa Reus.
Present.
Eli Gonzalez,
Present.
Nick Mastrovito,
Present.
Charles James,
Present.
Suzanne Chupani, present.
And
Madam Secretary, is that a quorum?
Is George Lopez present?
George Lazo is logging in now, and Diana Soto won't be attending tonight. She had to work.
And Felicia just got out of the office at 8 o'clock, but she will be attending.
Who else?
Great.
Felicia.
And we have George Lazo now live.
Hello.
All right, so we have a quorum, Madam Secretary.
Yes, we have 8 present.
All right, the meeting is formally called to order. Are there any public comments? Hearing none, I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome 2 new members who are joining the Cultural Affairs Committee, Nick and Eli. Nick Mastrovito. Did I say it right, Nick?
Almost, yeah. Nick Mastrovito. Pretty close.
All right, and Eli Gonzalez. And we'd like to welcome you to the Town of Miami Lakes Cultural Affairs, and we'd like to give you 2 minutes to share with us who you are and just a little something about your background, please. Thank you. Nick?
All right. Hi, everybody. It's an honor to be here. So a little bit of something about me. I'm an educator in the school system. Unfortunately, due to COVID, it was my program was closed this year, so it's been a little bit of a rough year. But still a musician and full time. Play around Miami a lot. Not everything in COVID was bad news. I did get to. I'm going to toot my horn a little bit. No pun intended. I did get to play on the Adrian R. Center stage, which was interesting. Definitely a bucket list thing this year. So out of all the things that happened, that was probably a highlight. I'm a military brat, so I have a lot of military family. First musician in the family, and so that comes with all those that baggage because the military side of the family may not have understood why I went into music, but by now they graciously have, thankfully. But I have been moved around a lot as a child, all the way until pretty much my senior year of high school. So when I heard that I got nominated for this committee, the Culture Arts Committee, it was the culture part is definitely something that I feel comfortable with, having been displaced every couple of years growing up. Anything else? Oh, I just bought a house in Miami Lakes last year, and I'm very happy with my wife here. She's not here, unfortunately, but she wanted to be to say to see what the proceedings are like. At least to say hi, because a lot of people know her. I know Willie, you know her as well. But that's basically it. I'm just here in Miami Lakes. I'm a Miami Laker for the next 30 years at least with the mortgage. So it's good to be here, and a pleasure meeting everybody.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. I think you omitted to say, I believe that you are a teacher at, is it Matter? And you
right now it's complicated because they kind of closed. Okay. I mean, with having to do with saliva, I'm sorry, the saxophones and stuff, sharing instruments was kind of out of the question this year. Right. So they decided to go ahead and close the program for now until further notice. But this next year they're opening up, so hopefully that we'll be able to pick up where we left off.
Well, great. We certainly plan to use your skills, your talents in advancing the mission of the Town of Miami Lakes Cultural Affairs. Eli Gonzalez.
Good afternoon. Like Nick, I bought a house here. I moved out here probably 5 years ago. My mother actually has been living out here for about 20 years, actually. I am an attorney by training. I currently work for the University of Miami. I handle all their civil rights investigations, and prior to that, I was an attorney for the state and for the county as well. And I'll be really quick about this. I have a very extensive fine arts background, and looking forward to
Great.
getting on actual committee.
Well, we certainly can use another attorney. I think that you, a good friend of mine is the general counsel for the University of Miami, Eileen, and we welcome you to the Town of Miami Lakes Cultural Affairs. Thank you. And just so that you know that we have various committees, any event that we plan, stage, is usually done by a subcommittee. For instance, like Paint a Picture for Mom, which you see on there, we have a person that we appoint as the chairperson for that subcommittee, who then takes volunteers from our committee as well as individuals who may not even be serving on the committee to help implement the planning and the implementation for the event. So we will certainly, you will have an opportunity to serve on any subcommittee you wish. All you have to do is let us know at the meeting. So again, welcome to the Town of Miami Lakes Cultural Affairs. Excuse me. We will now review the minutes from our last meeting, which would be May the 13th. Have we had an opportunity to review these minutes?
Excuse me, Neil, this is Felicia.
Welcome. Vice Chair Felicia Salazar has joined us. Let the record show.
I have a question. I have not received or haven't been able to open the agenda for today's meeting. These minutes are for which, our last meeting or the subcommittee meeting?
No, these are for the April 26th.
Okay, that's right. We do
Oh,
have 2 minutes.
okay.
April
I second-
26th.
I make a motion to approve.
All right, a motion has been made to approve the April 22nd, 26th meeting. Is there a second, please?
I second it, Carla.
All right, it's been properly moved and second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Or raising your hand. Thank you. The minutes have been approved from the 26th of April. Okay, now ladies and gentlemen, we have a really packed agenda this evening. So we got a lot of work to cover. So I'm going to ask you to please make your comments as brief as you can, but we're still going to give everybody an opportunity to convey their issues, concerns, or their comments. So the next item on the agenda is old business. And under the old business, we have Paint a Picture for Mom, which was done recently, and we always debrief after we do an event. We will now entertain anybody's comments, concerns, or questions regarding that event.
The event was, I think it was a great success. We ordered this year 200 kits versus 400, I think we ordered the year before. And we still have some kits left over, but I don't think we had that many. I think William took them and you did something with them, William, right?
Some people picked them up from town hall.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
After the fact. But we had a great turnout.
Actually, the same day, somebody showed up in town hall and 2 families came and we right after our event. So it was great timing that they were delivered.
So hopefully next year we could be at the park and
Well,
not have a drive-through.
Yes, that was my comment, that hopefully next year, we'll be able to have it at the park. I think is a more personal, interaction than having someone driving through and picking up a kid.
all right. Any other comments?
Also, on the bags themselves, I know that in an email that Ms. Morales Castillo shared, she made a very good point that the CAC logo should be visible so that they know that these bags are not only coming from Paint with a Twist, but also being sponsored by the Cultural Affairs Committee.
Thank you. I would like to reiterate that it is so important that any event that we are associated with or sponsored, we need to make sure that Cultural Affairs Committee logo is prominently displayed. Staff, please take that under advisement and make sure that that happens, please, in the future. All right, the next item on the agenda is the Mother's Celebration. I received a quote from Willie regarding, if you all remember at our last meeting, it was approved that we would have some Mother's Day celebration, and it would come in the form of a movie in the park, and that Ana Mendez University would host it in their parking lot. So we needed to get from our committee the recommendation for the name of, I think it was 3 or 4 movies. And I believe that we signed off on one movie, and the cost for the entire event looks like, from what I see here, is about $3,300. The amount is $3,394. And Willie, what was the final one that we decided on? The movie?
I'm bringing up the names now.
All right. Well, while we're doing it,
Let me bring up the names so you guys can discuss it.
we don't have a lot of time to spend on this tonight, but are we
I
going
know
to
that
go
we had
forward?
discussed the Parent Trap, Yours, Mine, and Ours, The Sound of Music. Those were 3 that I remember.
All right.
I have here Sound of Music, The Parent Trap, Yours, Mine, and Ours, and then Disney, Pixar, Brave. All 4 are available. The only one's not available is the Jennifer Aniston movie, which is Mother's Day.
All right. So,
4
tonight,
choices to pick from.
Suzanne?
Oh, just through the chair, I just want to go on the record to say that now seeing the quote and that it is over $3,000, I originally agreed to a movie, but at this point, I am very much not in favor of our committee taking on almost $3,400 to show a movie. I still do not see the nexus between Sanctity of Life and a movie like The Parent Trap, and or that it has anything to do with our Mother's Day celebration. We already have a proclamation from the town, and we also have had a lovely event for moms. So I just want to go on the record. I think that is way beyond our wheelhouse.
Thank you for your comment. Anybody else?
I concur with what she said.
All right.
Well, this is something that
now,
we had already discussed.
we've already,
and we were going to do it, and I'm
approved
sure that we have money
Who's
in
calling?
our budget because we haven't done hardly any events.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, the only thing that we can do is approve the event, the allocation of funds, and then I must go back to the council to make a request to fund this event from our existing funding, because it is an unfunded activity, and so we have to move money from one line item to another.
Through the chair,
Right ahead?
we did
Esther.
not have an amount for this event.
No.
I believe that you need to take a roll call to see which members of this committee are for it or not for it. I also think that our liaison, Willie, needs to read into the record the email sent by our committee member, Morales. She also had her comments. And I will echo Morales' comments, and I will echo Suzanne's comments, and I am not in favor of spending $3,400 for an event when we already have 2 events that coincide with Mother's Day. And if a movie event will take place, it should be under the auspices of the youth who does the movie in the park year-round.
All right, thank you for your comments. Any other? Now, here's what we have to do, ladies and gentlemen, and you can either vote it up or vote it down. At our last meeting, the event was approved by this committee. The issue was to determine exactly what the cost was. And once the cost was established, then it would be my responsibility to go to the council and ask for their approval to fund this out of existing funds that we already have or unspent funds that we have for this fiscal year. So I will entertain a motion. All those in favor, I will entertain a motion of spending the $3,394 for the Mother's Celebration, and a second. Is there such a motion?
Yes, I make the motion. I make the motion to spend from our budget $3,394 for what we had agreed on 2 previous meetings to have a movie at the park celebrating motherhood.
Right. All right, I'll second the motion. Now we are come to, it's been properly moved in second. Is there any discussion?
Mr. Chairman Neil, it's Denise. When we voted for this, I thought it was a great idea, but I personally had no idea it was going to cost $3,400, and it seems like a lot of money to show a movie. So that's all I'm going to say. It just, when I just heard this, I'm like, that's a lot of money to show a movie.
Thank you.
Yep.
Any other?
Can we go on the record and go down the list and do a yes, no for each?
Yes,
Okay,
we
thank
will.
you.
I'm just looking, this is discussion time. Any
I'm
other discussion?
wondering,
All
may
in-
I say something, please?
Who's speaking?
This is Felicia, may I say
Okay,
something?
go right ahead.
At the meeting, Nia, at the meeting that you had with the council requested that you did an event regarding motherhood and the sanctity of life. That's how they approved the event. If we cancel the event, we're gonna go against their suggestion.
Okay, thank you. Is there any more discussion regarding the matter?
Yes, to the chair.
Yes.
The council approved an event. It does not necessarily mean it has to be an event that's at a cost of $3,400. Another event can be proposed, and it could also be taken up by another committee who does the movies in the park.
Thank you. Any other comments?
Yes, what would happen if somebody sponsors this event? And money does not come from the CAC budget,
I'm sure that will be acceptable.
okay?
Okay?
Yes,
That can be something that can be looked at.
Charles James, your
yes,
comment?
I was against this in the beginning. I still don't think it has anything to do with cultural affairs, and we have another event we're going to be talking about in a few minutes that has no budget, and I'd like to speak on that when it comes up.
All right, sir. Thank you for your comment. Any other comments? Hearing none, we're going to close the discussion, and now we will go to a roll call on voting on spending $3,394 for a movie, which we still haven't decided which of the movies is. I guess we can come back to that, whichever movie, but we will vote whether or not to go forward. Madam Secretary, would you call the roll on that motion? Again, the motion is to expend $3,394 on a movie that celebrates mothers.
Yes, here we go. Neil Robinson,
Yes?
George Lopez,
No.
Felicia Salazar,
No,
Denise Madden,
No.
Esther Colon,
No.
Carla Acosta,
Yes.
Elsa Reus,
Yes.
Eli Gonzalez,
No.
Nick Mastrovito,
Yes.
Charles James,
No.
Suzanne Chupani, no. Did I get every person that is present?
You miss Elsa.
Oh, no, I voted yes.
Oh, okay.
We have 7 noes and 3 yes.
All right. 7 noes and 3 yes. That means that the motion dies. Let's move on to the next item.
One question, Neil.
Yes.
Based on what Felicia said, that we needed to put an event together, so we have to discuss this at the next meeting to see what event will take place, the movies, okay?
All right, thank you. Let's move on
Yes,
to the
I-
next
I
item.
think- I think we should not cancel this event. I think it's something that is significant to our families, to our mothers, and we should. I know $3,000 was a lot of money. We can do something better for less. So, but I think that we should go ahead and do the event. We should honor our mothers because without them, we would not be here.
Madam Vice Chair, the motion has been killed. It was 7-3, I believe it was, against it. So the Roberts Rules of Order says that the
We
majority.
voted not to pay the $3,000, not
All
to
right, so
put
what are
down
you?
the event.
Well, at this point, Mother's Celebration, we only have a very short period of time in which to do that. But I've got so many items that we need to come up on this, on our agenda this evening. So I really have to, since the motion dies at this point, we have to begin to move on to the next item. And then if we have enough time to come back at the end, and this would be under new business, establishing another event for Mother's Celebration. All right? All right, next item is Pride Month. Now listen, we got to kind of move on because we've got a lot to cover. It's almost 5 minutes to 9 already. Is there another Zoom coming up tonight, William?
No, sir. No.
Okay, all right, thank you. So, I would like to now defer to the chairperson of the subcommittee on Pride event. Esther, would you please share with us what the committee has come up with and what your recommendations are?
Recommendation with approval of all the subcommittee members. I sent, all the minutes were sent to Willie, and a brief outline was emailed to Willie to be shared by the committee. Pride event activities proposed a Saturday, June 26, 2021. Farmers Market Awareness Day, 9:30 to 12:30. The contact was made with Diego. The farmers market space has been approved. A booth with a tent and a 6-foot table will be available. Although the event will run from 10 to 12, we do have to set up and break down. We will have 2 Equality Florida and PFLAG will be there with awareness in addition to what you see in front of you. Suzanne has received some items and the goodie bags in front of you, Mr. Chairman. Can you see them, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, thank you.
So those are being done as we speak. As far as presents, the president will be Ms. Jennifer Solomon. She is the president of the South Miami chapter. And that was confirmed, also sent to Willie. All confirmations have been forwarded to our liaison. After that, Meet with Pride, the social event. The Shula's Courtyard will be available from 6 to 10. The reason it says 6 to 10 is it gives us time at the end for them and the committee members who will be involved with the table. We will have an awareness table made available for us. Charles and George have volunteered, as you know, to be the connectors for the DJ and the karaoke. They have, Shula's has agreed to give them a site visit for them to find out what their needs are. We have received 2 different proposals from them. The town is also in receipt of them, and it appears that including the setup, the room rental, it's $12.65 for 50 people. It averages from $11 to $15. What they ask is, if you want to bring wine, they will just charge you a corking fee as long as it's donated wine. And that is something that they do customary for the Zonta Club. So they said they would honor the same thing for us. So if you would want to do that, that's something you have time to talk about it. The cash bar will be available, and the menu, there is 2 different menus that they proposed. And it'll be like a customary event. When you walk in, they'll be serving you. And then George will be able to fill you in on what he's done. Charles will be able to fill you in, and Suzanne already has half of her display in front of you.
Great.
The banner. I am very happy that you brought up that all events should be and must have the CAC logo. The town contacted their vendor, and they produced a banner for $159 that may be used for every event. So for $159, that banner today can say Pride, tomorrow can say Mothers, the next day can say Fathers. So when I spoke to our liaison, Willie, I said that in view of the fact that that is going to be a banner for all events, that should be paid by another line item and not the Pride. If you notice, I believe, Mr. Chair, you have a handout. We did change all the media, all the flyers, all the invitations, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Facebook, whether it's all the media will be taken care of by Elizabeth through a monthly newsletter, and Brandon through their entire media platform. My recommendation.
So the bottom line, Esther, how much is this going to cost to the Cultural Affairs Committee budget?
$12.65 only for Shula. We have donations coming from 3 committee members. We have 2 residents who have also already. Everything that you see on this table has been donated. Nothing has been paid by this town. As we mentioned at the last meeting, it's all donated. Susan and I will also have committed to a donation. And I will leave it up to Charles, if I may, and George to continue, and then to Susan. We've all worked very hard, and everybody should be allowed to speak.
If
Great,
I can
thank you.
may say something real quickly before George and Charles speaks. I sent the first draft of the flyer to everyone today. We received it from our vendor. Take a look at it, see what's missing, and please email us back your suggestions when you get a chance.
It's missing the date.
All right.
Send us an email,
Charles and,
please.
okay, we'll make sure that the logo is where it should be and that you approve it, Madam Chairperson for the committee, please.
And it appears that the event will be less than $1,500, which is the budget that I will be requesting that our chair asks the town for, although it will be offset through sponsorships. I move forward with having our other members speak. This is a team effort, not an extra effort.
So when is this event going to take place?
June 26th, isn't it?
June 26th.
All right, let's hear from the other committee members before we start asking questions, please, so we can get through this.
Okay.
George?
Okay, I'm actually responsible for some of the entertainment. I've made some connections with some individuals, but like anything else, nobody wants to work free. So I know George has the entertainment and the karaoke. Now, if we want more than that for entertainment, then we're going to have to come up with some. And I don't have the actual program with me today, but what they wanted to do is bring in some more guests and talk a little bit more about Pride, the importance of it while we're celebrating it. Now, if you want to go that way, we're going to have to come up with some additional funds, or we can leave it. I can cut them out and we can leave it right there with George doing the karaoke and the other information that we're going to put out in the afternoon and the evening. If we're going to extend it and stretch it, we're going to need about $1,200 to $1,500.
All right, George.
Okay, last week I had the pleasure of speaking with Mr. Elliot Duran. He's the catering sales manager over at Shula's. And I've already indicated to him a little bit about what we have in mind to provide for DJ, live entertainment, and karaoke. He agreed. He's very enthusiastic, as well as their staff over there at Shula's. And they're looking forward not only to the event, but to meeting us. I will be meeting with him, as a matter of fact, along with the DJ, maybe about 3 or 4 days prior to the event to do a walkthrough. So that way, you know, we can go over the logistics and planning ahead and coordinating everything in time. What's still on hold right now, it's the DJ has to provide Shula's with a certificate, declarations page of insurance coverage. So we're in the works right now. So Javier, who's the DJ, he will be providing me with that information, and I'm going to be forwarding that to Elliot as well. So I should be expecting to get that certificate of insurance by the end of the week. The DJ will be there. He will be available between the hours of 7 through 10 p.m.
And how much is it going to charge? How much is a DJ going to charge?
Nothing. I'm sponsoring it. I'm going to be handling that out of pocket. So he will be there between 7 and 10, and he will be, you know, providing us with the live entertainment. And then we're going to do the walkthrough with Elliot 3 or 4 days in advance. And insurance will be provided later throughout the week. So as far as that, we're pretty much good to go.
Thank you, George. You all have been very resourceful in putting this together, and I simply want to take the opportunity to thank the chairperson for that subcommittee and all the members who have worked so tirelessly to put this together in such a short period of time, and all the resources that you brought, the pamphlets. Excuse me, go right ahead, Madam Chair.
I apologize to interrupt. I just spoke with Michael Mutt, James, and Michael Mutt, even if he does a solo act, he is going to take it into consideration. He has always come forward and helped us. He will be calling me, and I said to him, even if it's a solo act, we just would like some kind of, so James, I think Michael's going to help us out. But you keep on with the price, because it's not going to be a $1,500 price tag.
Right.
Well, at this point, I think that Michael is volunteering his services. We've used him as a paid consultant before on different events that we've had. And so, Charles, I'm going to ask you to put a pin in your request to get someone to come in and provide additional services for that evening. Remember, this is our first outing with Pride Month. And I think that what you have planned for the 2 events in the morning at the farmer's market, and then again in the evening. Is going to be really something quite spectacular. So I just really want to thank the committee for your efforts and for the time that you put in to make this happen. So at this point, so that we can move the agenda, I'm going to entertain a motion to approve the recommendation and the plans that have been submitted by the subcommittee for Pride event. And I will entertain a second to that motion. I'm making a motion. Is there a second to the motion?
I second it.
All right, it's been properly moved in second. Is there any more discussion? Hearing none, go right ahead.
Mr. Chair, I do ask that when you give your monthly report to the commission, that you do ask for a $1,500 budget, which will be offset through sponsorships, but we do need to have a budget in place.
I have a question.
Who's asking questions?
What would be the total budget for this event?
We're asking for a preliminary budget of $1,500, which will probably be zeroed out by the time we get donations.
But,
Well,
Madam Chair, if you remember, at our last meeting, I indicated to you that we would not have any problems funding this event at $700 simply because it will not require the commission approval. Anything over $700 has to have commission approval. I understand what you're saying at this point, that you want us to ask for $1,500 from the commission because that's $800 more than originally approved of. And so now, if we go forward with this, I've got to ask the commission, the council, to approve an additional $800, not $1,500, but $800.
Yes, sir.
Is that understood by everyone?
Yes.
Are we gonna vote on this?
So we're going to vote on this.
Yes.
So, since
we
you are the
voting
chair,
on the event or the budget?
excuse me, please. Since you are the chairperson for the subcommittee, I'm asking you to make the motion.
I am asking Neil to allow.
Not Neil, but
To the chair, I am asking to please let me have a moment to speak with Charles. So, Charles, in addition to the $800, do you think we should increase it to another amount?
No.
I mean, they
Well,
did approve the event. They did approve the event, so if they approve the event, they should be allocating money for the event.
They will allocate.
I want to be fair and ask the other members.
Well,
I tell you, for this time, Elsa, what I'll do is I'll just opt out of my side. I'll support. I'll be there, and we'll try to have this for next year where we can have a budget that is reflective of celebrating Pride Month. So I'll just tell my contact that we're going to put a pin in it for this year for him. And then, because I either want to do it right or I don't want to do it at all. So I think for my part, I would just withdraw my request, go along with the request of the committee, and I'll just inform my person that we will get with him next year when we have plenty of time with budget, iron out what he's going to have, all the things he's going to add in, and then we'll know what we're talking about.
All right,
Okay.
thank you.
George, are you okay with the sponsoring and we don't need additional funds on your side?
No.
Okay. To the chair, I move that we do ask for an additional $800, please.
All right. There's a motion to alter the.
Excuse me, Chair Robinson, so the total ask would be $1,500, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So through the chair, we have, the committee now is requesting a total budget of $1,500 as opposed to the original administrative budget transfer of $700. Is that what I understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, then
That's
I need a
correct.
second to the, hold it. I need a second to that motion, please. Is there a second to the motion?
I'll
second
second
it.
the motion.
All right, it's been seconded by George.
Oh, George.
Now, I think we've already discussed it, but is there any other input anyone would like to make regarding this amount? Hearing none, we'll go to vote. All those in favor of supporting the Cultural Affairs Subcommittee for Pride event, budgeting $1,500 for this event, please signify by a roll call. Please, Madam Secretary, call the roll.
Okay, here we go. Neil Robinson?
Yes?
George Lopez?
Lazo, yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, George. Felicia Salazar?
No.
Denise? Denise? Denise, do you need to hear the motion again?
She's on mute. I can see it.
Willie, she's on mute.
Now she's off.
Oh, I thought I would. I said yes. Sorry, everyone.
Thank you. Esther?
Yes.
Carla?
No.
Elsa?
No,
Eli?
Yes.
Nick?
Yes.
Charles?
Yes.
Suzanne? Yes. I have 8 yes and 2 no.
3 no's.
3 no. Felicia, yes, 3 no and 8 yes.
Motion
I said
passed.
no. Please record that I said no.
Yes, Felicia
I don't
no.
want more money spent on this. event.
Felicia,
All right.
Carla, and Elsa no. Everybody else yes. So 3 no's and the rest are yes.
Thank you. Let's move on to
Thank
the
you.
next item, please. All right, tonight we have to establish our CAC budget. Last year, did each of you receive the budget from last year, last fiscal year? Well, actually this year, starting October 1 of 2020, going through September 30th, 2021. I believe that the total amount that was approved by the council was $37,000. Do you all have the budget in front of you?
Yes.
All right. So, if you will go through the budget, what we are proposing to do this year is add 3 new events, one of which is the Irish Scottish Festival, which we had 2 years ago and we didn't fund it for this past year. I was trying to find the amount that we spent. I think it was less than 50.
Through the chair, for the Irish Scottish event in fiscal year ending in September 30th, 2019, the actual amount spent for the Scottish Culture Affairs was $1,600. Page 1 of the 2019 year-to-date actuals budget document.
And so now we wanted to add this in this upcoming year budget Pride Month, and we're asking for $1,500 this year. Is that going to be enough for next year?
James? Is this the time we want to increase it for next year, since we're doing the
Yeah,
budget
I think
request?
we're at a minimum of 2,500.
Thank you, sir.
All right, and
Can I ask Felicia one question, please? Felicia?
Go right ahead.
The Scottish event, I think that's the event that you chaired. Do you want to
Yes,
keep this?
We had sponsors last time.
Right, but I just want to make sure, so in 2018, the actual was $1,000. In 2019, the actual was $1,600. So do you want to keep it with the actual of 16?
Let's keep it at 16.
Okay.
we want to add more activities to that event.
Okay. I'm looking at actual
All
data,
right.
data for the past prior 2 years.
And then the Mullis celebration next year. Do we want to add money for that? Because that was something that the council approved for us
Yeah,
to do.
you could put, Neil, I suggest you put 1,500 for that, and anything over that, I will make sure we get sponsors.
All right. Mother celebration,
$1,500.
$1,500. And an item that we have not discussed, I should have taken it out of order when I should have gone through the deferrals and deletions. Juneteenth. Could I put a pin in this for just a second in the budget, and then let's jump to that item, and then we can determine whether or not that's something we want to fund in the future. Is that acceptable by everyone?
Yes, I think that's a good event where we can celebrate. I think I done some research on it, and they have one of the logos that I saw was called Freedom Day. I think it's a good idea to use that day to celebrate freedom.
Okay, thank you, Madam Vice Chair. Let me just say that on May the 10th, I sent a request to the town staff, the manager, and I copied the mayor. And the request was to plan and stage a Juneteenth event to be held on Saturday, June 19th, 2021 in the evening in one of Miami Lakes Park. Juneteenth is an annual celebration of the emancipation enslaved Americans during the Civil War. The Juneteenth celebration tracks the days after the Civil War when Union soldiers arrived in Galveston, Texas on June the 19th, 1865. President Abraham Lincoln signed an Emancipation Proclamation 2 years earlier, declaring it was illegal for people to be enslaved. Black Americans enslaved in Galveston had not been told of the president's order until the soldiers arrived, prompting a celebration. CAC will address this item during our monthly meeting. I need a motion to, by this committee to have some kind of event in celebration of Juneteenth. Is there a motion, please?
I make a motion that we have some kind of event for Juneteenth on June 19, 2021 at one of our local parks. I also think it's a very important event. And as we move forward, the culture affair needs to stand up.
Thank you. I'll be happy to second that motion. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we will vote. Would you call the roll again, Madam Secretary? I know we're keeping you busy tonight.
Chairman, may I say
let's
something?
see if-
June
Hold on.
19th is also the fishing tournament. So we need to make sure we pick a time that allows us to do both.
Okay, we'll
Fish
get
the
to that.
committee.
All right,
Okay.
go right ahead.
Okay, here we go.
The motion's on the floor. We're voting presently for the motion.
Okay. We're voting to have an event, June 19th, 2021, in honor of Juneteenth. Denise Madden.
Turn your mic on.
Yes.
Thank you.
Felicia.
Yes.
George.
Yes.
Neil.
Yes.
Esther. Carla. Carla.
Yes.
Elsa.
Yes.
Eli.
Yes.
Nick.
Yes.
Charles.
Yes.
Suzanne. Yes. Passes unanimously, Chairperson.
Thank you. Motion passes unanimously. Just for your information, Miami-Dade County has made Juneteenth a paid holiday for its 28,000 employees, per an article in the Miami Herald. Okay, so at this point, Charles.
Chairman, 1 second, please. We need to add this to the report, along with the transfers you gave request. We need to get, council approval, since this is a new event.
Yes. So the motion has been made, it's been approved, and we will submit this to the council at their next meeting. When is their next meeting, Willie?
It's going to be June 8th.
All right, June 8th. So we have two things to present to them: the Pride Month $1,500 request, and we have the Juneteenth. And there was another item, was it, that was unfunded?
Can we agree on some kind of a budget for June?
Yeah, we will.
Thank you. So when you go to the commission, you have everything packaged.
Yeah, but before I did, I wanted to talk to Charles. Charles has been doing some research on what we can do. Let me just share with you that the mayor had asked that we consider doing this. And so I have brought it to you. He suggested that we consider having something in a park, one of Miami Lakes Park, and that it would not be a very long ceremony, but it would be a nice evening for people to invite some person who would be able to share what Juneteenth meant to people of color here across the nation, and that the town would do a proclamation that evening would have a proclamation done for that evening. So, Charles, you were going to do some research?
Yes, the organization that I contacted already committed for the 19th, and so they can't do both of them. So that was my one organization right now that I had contacted. They gave me a tentative yes, and then they found out they have two other events on the same day.
All right.
Neil, may I say something?
Yes, ma'am. Who is that? Oh, Felicia, go ahead.
Since we don't have a budget for this, and it has been a request by our mayor, I think doing a simple and significant ceremony will suffice, and then we can plan for next year to do a bigger and better one.
Okay. So you kind of tailed off at the end. What was the final statement? Felicia?
Yes.
Alicia, repeat your statement, please.
Oh, wow, I can't remember what I said.
Well, she said that to do something simple this year and plan something
simple but significant.
Right.
Just to the mayor said that he wanted to do something this year, and then next year we can do something, better, and we'll have a budget by then. This year we don't have a budget, so we can just do a simple ceremony, and just celebrate the day and
all right. Perhaps we can
celebrate freedom for everybody, black people, white people.
Perhaps we can get a speaker for that event. I'd like to.
Everybody that has been enslaved.
Yeah, I'd like to ask that we consider allocating at least $500 for the event this year, so that we can get a speaker and maybe some kind of music or something in celebration of the event.
Then
It
why
would
don't
be
you
an hour.
allocate the $700 that does not need council approval?
Excuse me?
Then why don't you approve acts of the administrative transfer of $700?
You move approval of allocating $700 for this
Yes,
event?
sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right, there's a motion to move $700 for this event on June the 19th. I'll second the motion. Is there any other discussion regarding that? Call the roll, please. The motion on the floor, would you repeat it, Esther?
I make a motion that we administratively request a $700 transfer for the June 19, 2021, June 20th event. A very simple but
Dignified event.
signified event with a speaker and a proclamation.
Good.
And if we have somebody that can have some kind of music, that would be nice. Thank you, sir.
All right, it's been moved and second. All those in favor, the roll call again. Suzanne, you're busy tonight.
Denise,
Yes.
Felicia,
Yes.
George,
Yes.
Neil,
Yes.
Esther,
Yeah.
Carla, Carla, Elsa,
Yes.
Eli,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
Charles,
Yes.
Suzanne, yes. That passes unanimously, Chairperson Robinson.
Thank you so much, Madam Secretary. Now, since we've done this, now can we go back to the budget again? And so we can start planning that. I'd like to ask us to consider that a line item, Juneteenth celebration of $1,500 for next year, just in
Okay, so
case.
if that's, then I just added that, $1,500. So that means that our budget next year
Wait a
looks-
minute, let me see if there's any other item that we need to
okay.
add. We haven't added.
Are we gonna do anything on Earth Day?
Yes, that's what it is, Earth Day. We need to add Earth Day in as well.
Felicia, do you have any suggestions, please? I know that's also one of your events you'd like to chair.
Actually, it was Denise was gonna chair that one.
Denise?
But I have a lot of information that we used in 2006 when we did a big event. And we can plan it properly. It's just that this year we had a little video. And, in the past we had, book readings and
Okay,
activities.
well,
So it's just a matter of planning it properly and getting sponsors.
All right, so would you like to allocate any funds at all for Earth Day next year?
I would say, for now, 2,000.
2,000. Okay. Is there any other item that we need to add to our budget this year? Madam Treasurer, can you?
Can I give you
cap-
a rundown?
Thank you, that's what I was going to ask you
It
to do.
appears that we're up to $4,600, but I do want you to know that last year we had donations of $4,312. That's the most donations we've had. This year we will realize new donations, and the breakdown is as follows. Willie, if you want to keep track, we currently have a budget of $37,000. We're going to add $2,000 for Earth Day. We're going to add $2,500 for Pride Month. We're going to add $1,600 for the Scottish Irish event. We're going to add $1,500 for the Mother Celebration. And we're going to add $1,500 for the
Juneteenth.
Juneteenth event.
Thank you, Esther. That's why I have here as well. So if the committee approves that, I'll create the spreadsheet.
Okay, before you finish, Madam Treasurer, do you think that we need to add another $500 for women of distinction? Did we have enough this year?
Women of distinction, we have,
But that's such a huge event that we do.
Yeah, I think we should add 500.
we had
to
30,
that.
hold on a second, we had, we need to increase that by $1,500.
So that becomes 3,500?
So that becomes $3,500.
Okay.
So let's keep in mind that although we're asking for a budget of $4,700, we will have projected, we all need to kind of seek a couple of more sponsorships. We'll have, it's projected that we'll have like $6,000 in sponsorship.
Okay. So the total amount now is what?
$47,600. I will recalculate, send it through the chair to our liaison, Willie.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to increase the Women's Cultural Affairs event to $3,500 as opposed to $2,000 because it's such a big event. So is that acceptable?
I second the motion.
All right, it's been moved and properly seconded that the Women of Distinction or Women Cultural Affairs will get, we will include in our budget of $3,500 as opposed to the $2,000 we got spent this year. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Anybody
Aye.
opposed? All right, so our new budget, now we need to establish, Madam Treasurer.
Our
Would
new
you make a
budget
motion,
is
please?
47, I make a motion that we propose to approve the budget for $47,600 for the fiscal year starting October 1, 2021, ending September 30th, 2022, adding the events we just all unanimously approved for a total of $47,600.
I'll be happy to second the motion. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, please signify by raising your hand so that she can see you,
Aye.
rather than have her have to call.
Aye.
Is there anyone that's opposed to the motion, please? That our new budget for CAC would be $47,600 for next year. All right, so let the record show that it was unanimously approved by this committee. Let's move on to the next item. Thank you all so very much for your support in these additional matters. Madison Hammock, historical marker update. I'm looking for an update, Willie. Where are we regarding that, please?
Sir, we are coordinating with the Dunn family to have a tour. We're waiting for his approval. To see the site, we have the Seminole tribe will be present as well.
Okay.
As far as what the vice mayor discussed last time with the state representative, I'm still waiting to hear back from him. But
Okay.
we're moving as
Great.
fast as we can.
Thank you. We'll look forward to you giving us another update at our next meeting if that's acceptable.
Mr. Chair, did
And-
you ask him if he has a tentative date?
No. You have a tentative date? I don't know.
We're waiting on their approval.
If you remember, Vice Chair said at the last meeting that he had some contacts and he would be reaching out to them.
I
So we're
remember,
following.
I just want to remind Willie that Neil, Esther, and Felicia do want to attend this event.
Yes, ma'am. And this is tied in. This is tied into the cabinet. So
Okay, yes.
so
It'll be
we
one
need to
ceremony.
meet with them so we can put the cabinet together.
Great.
It's all tied in.
Thank you.
Okay, I just want to say, so Suzanne has it on her notes, that is, the agenda is wrong. It's not Madison Hammond, it's Maddens, M-A-D-D-E-N apostrophe S, Hammond.
Oh, it's D.
Yeah.
It's not Madison.
Okay.
Yes, it's double D's. And we
It
missed
says
that.
Madden's Hammock, Madden's Hammock, M-A-D-D-E-N apostrophe S. It's on
Right,
page
right.
14.
Madden's Hammond.
Great. Thank you for that correction. Let the record show that, please. Okay, shall we move on to the next item, please? The next item is the father-son-daughter fishing tournament. That's coming up very shortly. Where are we regarding that, Willie?
Sir, we have a recommendation to pose to the committee. The Parks Department is working hard to bring back the marina, and they asked us to consider doing a drive-through at the marina. Same format that we did last year, but the perk is that we have 15 spots that we can put at Eventbrite, that the people who come for the kits will be able to stay there and fish there. We have the ability to buy 50 kits right now.
Okay.
I spoke with a vendor, and with our budget that we have, that allows us to buy 50 kits. This may be another item that the committee would like to consider to increase a little bit so we can have some funding for the prizes.
Through the chair, Willie, how many kids did we, 50 is not enough.
That's what we based it off of last year's. I know there was a donation. Edgar donated some kits himself through his company. So I agree with you, Esther. Maybe we should increase it, but we're going to need a budget increase as well.
Well, remember, we have a budget of you had allocated $500 for that.
$500. That's correct, sir.
Yes,
So
Chair, but we have a $500 budget, but Eckerd, he did,
He donated a lot of stuff.
yes, and
Eckerd
that's
did,
what
yes.
happened.
Yeah, he
Eckerd
did. Yeah.
So, we have to stop relying on committee members always doing the donation, so if we can increase that for this year. Willie, you have any recommendation, because you know how many kids were added to that?
So I spoke with the company, the sponsor, the because even though we're paying him, he's giving us a discounted rate. One Stop Marine. He's willing to keep the price the same. I would say, again, we can increase it another 30 kits. That puts us at 80, and that still gives some money to play with the prizes. We still have to buy the prizes as well, the fishing rods, and so.
May I say something?
Willie, can we keep it, let me ask you something, since we just approved a new budget, could we keep it at the same amount because we have some dollars that we can move this year that are unspent dollars to cover whatever we need over the $500?
I think that was Esther's question. I would say an additional $500, Neil.
Right, so what I was saying, Willie, is that since administratively we can move $700, we don't have to ask the commission because we can move it in this year.
Correct.
So you can buy the
Madam,
80,
may I
the
say
projected
something
80
regarding
kits.
the fishing tournament, please?
Excuse me?
Felicia, speak up.
Normally, when we do our fishing tournaments, people bring their own rods, and then normally we donate the prices. And I think the last fishing tournament that we had at the lake, we had someone bringing the live bait, but everybody else, they don't bring kits. We don't need fishing kits. I think if we keep our budget low and people bring their own bait and everything else, I think we can manage it, because otherwise every year we're going to have kits for the penny picture for mom, which is extra money, kits for the fishing, which is extra money. I think we should think forward and say either we do it, like we normally do it, either at the lake or at the marina, which will not cost us anything. Just maybe the medals, and that's it.
Felicia, in last year in 2020, we had a budget of $902, and we spent $901.66. So if we keep it
That's
at the
because we
budget
had the
that we
kits,
had
no?
for 2020, that means we have a budget of $902.
Felicia, if I may say something about the kids, there's a couple of purposes to that: to get people to fish out there, and also give them the incentive to fish. Not everybody's gonna go out and get live bait. This is a chance for them to take their kids out, and I think the kids work in that sense. They entice, they inspire the parents to take the kids out. The fishing rods, you're right. They bring their own fishing rods. What I'm referring to are the prizes that we give out to the top fishermen in the categories that we have. Personally, what I've seen in the last 2 years that we had this gentleman on board, it's been very successful.
Still think that we can do it the way we used to do it. I mean, go to the lake and have the families there, and fish from the lake.
But we gave awards in the past, Felicia. We gave prizes.
Yes, we did, but we didn't have to spend that much money.
Yeah.
I think Neil stepped away, right?
How much are 50 kits? What is that gonna cost, the 50 that you said?
It's $500. It's $5 a kit.
$5 a kit. So then you need the extra money for the prices.
It provides them also the measuring tools. They give them a tape measure to measure the fish. Remember, it's catch and release. So there's specs that we have to follow.
I said we'd do the administrative increase of $700, and that would make it $1,200.
Is that a motion, Charles?
Well, I can. I make a motion that we use the administrative increase of $700, add it to the $500 we already have, and that would give us $1,200.
And I second that motion.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor of increasing the amount to $1,200, you said?
Yes.
$1,200 for the father, son, daughter fishing tournament. Please signify by waving. Is there anybody who's opposed?
I am.
Who's opposed? Felicia
I'm against it.
is
Felicia's
opposed.
against it. I think we should keep the budget the way we have it.
Okay. All right, so the motion passes.
But also, we shouldn't change the name of the event. It's the Father's Day Fishing Tournament.
Father's Day fishing tournament, not father, son, daughter?
No.
Why?
Why? I was a mother
Because
and a
we
father.
celebrate, this is the opportunity to celebrate Father's Day with the kids. Then we're gonna have to change Mother's Day name too?
Why would you change Mother's Day? If a father has a daughter and doesn't have a son, that should not preclude him from bringing
If a
his
mother
daughter.
has a son but not a daughter,
That's
come
fine.
on, that's not.
Okay. All right, so the motion passes. Let's move on to the next item. We'll take that up at next year if we are so inclined to do so. July 4th celebration. Willie, would you please let us know where we are in the town regarding the celebration this year?
Thank you, Chairman. So, under the recommendation for the police department, we are going to have an event at Picnic Park West. It's not going to be a traditional event yet. We're going to have, under their recommendation, is to have, we'll have the mobile sound unit that FX Pros has, like it was used at the parade, a big digital board, LED board that we can promote our sponsors and show the video. By the way, I sent an invite to all the committee members for the recording of the video, the message to the town. So that video will be on the loop throughout the day, throughout the hours. It's going to be from 7 to 10 at Picnic Park West. We'll have the mobile sound unit, the big screen, LED, live streaming of the fireworks from the lakeside, from Grand Dairy Lake, and there'll be food trucks as well out there.
So just to be clear, so we're going to have a traditional 4th of July celebration? We're not having it virtual again?
No, we're going back to a live event.
We're going live, it appears, and that people will be able to come to the park. However, rather than have a entertainer we'll have a guy who will spin music on with that big audio truck that he's got. Is that right?
Yes, sir, and it has special effects too. So throughout the show, there's gonna be a live DJ there, producing the music and the sounds, effects, and playing the video, the constant loop video with our sponsors, with your video message, the video message from the elected officials, the message from the town and from the police.
Willie, can you confirm something? I spoke with the mayor at his cafe, and I also met Larry Milan from the Amigo. He does the Slam Radio, and he offered we can contact him. I have his email, his name, and he is on Slam Radio. You know who he is, no? Larry Milan from the Amigo?
Oh, from, he's a sports talk, right?
Yep,
Sports
and he's also on Sirius XM channel 145.
Good.
So that's another contact.
Yeah, send that to me, Esther, please, if you get a chance.
I will do that.
Please. So live streaming the event will still happen. So for those who don't want to come out yet, they'll be able to see it from their homes. And that's going to be filmed from the lake directly. Music from 7 to 9. When fireworks start, they'll transition to the firework sounds that's produced by the company. 25-minute show for fireworks. And food trucks on site. Pretty much everything the same, except for the bands yet. That's still going to be another step in the future.
Who's going to be providing the fireworks? Which company?
Zambelli.
Oh, very good.
Zambelli, they've been doing it for every municipality
Very
for the
good,
past
yeah.
30 years.
They're good. We don't have to worry about that. The town does a
They're
good
good.
job of identifying.
And just to remind you, everybody got the invitation, right, for the video? The filming?
It's June
I
1st.
received it. I have to check my email.
Wait,
I got it.
hold it. We got too many conversations going. Willie, would you please tell us what you're referring to?
The video. So we hired Ghani Films to produce the video this year. The video message from the committee, from the elected officials, from police. So your date, I believe Neil and Neil requested because there was some team building event going on later on in the day. So 11:30 at the park.
11:30,
Park West.
June
When?
5th, isn't
What
it?
date?
June 1st.
June 1st.
June 1st, Saturday, June the 1st.
That's what the email said.
Yeah, June
Oh,
1st.
sí,
That's
sí.
correct.
Okay, June 1st. At 11:30 at the park. So
Yeah.
I would ask everyone to wear your
Red, white, and blue?
red, white, and blue, or no, or
The
or
polo.
blue T-shirts.
I
Or
forgot
our
one thing.
polo
I
shirts.
forgot one thing, guys. Also, your American flag banners will be going up hopefully by the end of the week. The CAC American flags. They'll be going up on the poles.
Great.
That
Do we know
that
how
was
many
an
polls we
investment-
got this
That
year?
was an investment you made last year that's going to pay every year now.
We already paid for those.
Yeah, I know. I just wonder how many do we have this year? Because last year was an issue regarding the
25, sir. Yeah,
graduation.
25.
Okay.
Through the
Oh,
chair.
Willie,
I would like to ask Willie, are our CAC shirts going to be in by then? For those
I
of us
need-
who still don't have CAC shirts?
Please, I know
Yes,
some
ma'am.
of you have emailed me already. Please send me your shirt size by tomorrow morning if you can, please. And especially Nick and Eli that are new members.
yeah,
Please
Jay,
email me your shirt size.
Right, but
Nick and Eli, you need to send him your size because we have polo shirts that says Cultural Affairs on it. So that we'll have them ready for you before the event. And the town's requirement is that you only wear your polo shirts at events, not just walking around town, not going to Publix, but only the day of the event you're supposed to wear it and then remove it. So we need to do that, just to remind everyone. Now, Willie, the last question I want to ask you, does this, with the change in the July celebration, the entertainment portion, does that reduce the amount that our committee needs to pay?
Well, we're right now, and I can send an updated spreadsheet. I've been working on it. We're going to have some money. We still got to pay for the cleaning service, right? SFM. I'm still waiting for some more budget items to come in. SFM, who provides a cleaning service out there for us. The restrooms, the portable restrooms, sir. The banner, we have to pay for the banners to hang up, to be placed. And I'll put that in the spreadsheet as well so you guys can see it. We should be under the 11,000 that we have allocated.
Willie, I asked you this question before, and although I know that last year we received $4,000, I remember specifically asking you how much we received from the food trucks. And I haven't received that answer yet.
The food truck goes into the DIAM, and not last year because we didn't have them, but the previous year.
All right.
It's in that
When
yes.
you have time, please provide how much money we receive from the food trucks when we have any, in other words, in July 4th, what did we received when we had the event in 2019.
19. So
Thank you.
That's a standard fee, and I'll get back to that. I know there's it's 100. It rates.
It's
from
usually about
$100 to $200 per
$125
truck.
to $150, if I remember
That
correctly.
commission-based fee.
Remember that, Willie, that in 2019, I'm looking at the flexible budget report, and in 2019, I do not have a revenue number. And we've asked that multiple times. So if we have, say, 10 trucks, and we're charging them, how much are we charging them? I think that rate went up.
I don't want to give you a rabies. I don't have it handy here.
I think
but
it was
can send it as well.
150. If it went up, let us know. But if we have 10 trucks at 150, then we have at least a projected number.
Yep.
I'll include that in my
The
budget request.
sponsorship is going to be
Thank you.
sent out very soon too, Esther. So that will offset the cost too.
Okay. Thank you for the update regarding July 4th. Again,
Just for clarification for the minutes, so are we going to be wearing red, white, and blue, or are we going to be wearing our CAC shirts for the video on June 1st, Saturday at 11:30?
You wear your CAC shirts, and if you want to wear red, white, and blue pants or a hat or sneakers, be our guest.
We could wear the mask that we got last year.
well, at least it'll be a little better than it was last year.
Okay, so
'cause
CAC shirts.
if you have one and it's available, please wear it. If not,
Right,
wear
Willie?
red.
We'll have them by June 1st, correct?
But June 1st, maybe not. I have to see with a vendor.
All right.
For the event, yes.
Do your best, Eli, you and Nick, in the event that you don't get a shirt by then, red, white, and blue, whatever color, you want to wear, it works out.
What I'm going to send with the film company, I'm going to send American flags for all of you.
Great.
So at least have an American flag in your hand, okay?
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you very much. Let's move on. Any other item? The next item I have here is the SOA, which is Symphony of the Americas concert. Willie, can you tell us when we're going to have it now? Or Felicia, that's your committee. You always handle that and do such a great job.
I have not heard from the symphony people, but I had a call from Renee. She used to be in the Symphony of the Americas. What she said to me, and I'm waiting for her email, she said she was going to send me information. They're forming a new group. They're focusing more on teaching kids about music, but they're also willing to set up smaller concerts. I mentioned to her that maybe we can do something on Main Street, like a Saturday night or something that people can enjoy classical music. So she's gonna look into that. But yeah, we have two choices: either have the Symphony of the Americas concert or have this group, which is smaller and probably less expensive, to perform for them.
All right. Well, you'll let us know when and
Okay.
if we're going to be able to have it this year. Usually it's in August anyway, isn't it? Felicia? Usually it's in August anyway, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Also, we have to remember that we use the church, but Pastor Boudin is retiring or moving to another city. So we have to see who would be our contact there to set up the concert there if we do it.
Okay. Would you reach out to when is he retiring? Do you know? Before August, I guess.
He's leaving
At
the
last
end of
council
June.
meeting,
Leaving
they
end of
gave
June.
him a
Okay. So we have to find out
proclamation, some kind of certificate.
who the administrative
I can't remember
assistant
exactly
there.
when he's leaving, but I'll find out for you.
All right, thank you. Last item with the old business is Miami Lakes Cow Sculpture brochure update. Felicia, that's you again. What are we doing regarding that, please?
Yes, I haven't started the brochure, but I started the database. I started recording the information
Great.
of location, and I have some artists, but not all of them. So as soon as I have that ready, I have a deadline in my office this week, so I've been going crazy. But yeah, I started the database, and I will be sharing that information with you guys on the next meeting.
Great, thank you. We look forward to you updating us at our next meeting.
To the chair, before you move forward, I need to recognize somebody.
Go right ahead.
For the Meet with Pride, I'd like to recognize Andrea Riccici from the Graham Company. She is sponsoring the Main Street Rainbow Flag, banners, and the circle tree lighting, and that will be conducted the whole month of June.
Great, thank you. On behalf of the CAC committee, we thank Ms. Rashishi and the
Graham family.
Graham companies for their continuing support of all of these various activities that are held in the town. They do such a wonderful job, and I know that all committees in the town are always requesting their assistance, and they are so gracious in doing so. So again, we thank them especially for what they are doing with the CAC and Pride event. Last thing on the agenda, on the new business, Madam Chair, I need from you those 3 items that I need to go to the council. And you said it's June 9th. Willie, the next time we can go before the council?
That's the council meeting date.
The council meeting date?
June 8th.
Yeah, all right, so we need to make a request so that I can present those 3 items to the council, Juneteenth event, and the Mother's Day celebration, which will not be held because we didn't have enough time and the money was not appropriated.
And the $1,500 Pride Month budget.
And the Pride Month budget of $1,500, wasn't it? 1,600. No, it's 15. 1,500. So please get that. Make the request to the clerk of the town clerk so that we can get on the agenda, please. Last thing on the item, last agenda item is, if you all remember, Mr. Charlie Rodriguez requested a follow-up regarding him promoting an event here in the town of Miami Lakes. So before we get to that, I'd like to go back now. Madam Treasurer, can you tell us what our financial conditions are at this point? Dollars that we have left over that are unspent.
Currently, our actuals are $2,988, and we have unspent.
Slow it down. Slow again.
I apologize. Unspent available budget for 2021 is $34,011.92.
All right. So we've got to start. Willie, you're going to be able to tell us very soon what the total amount that we will be paying for the July 4th celebration. That includes everything from the company that we're going to be using with the big radio machine.
Yeah.
What about, do we have to put some money aside to pay for the advertisement of what we will be doing this year for the 4th of July? You always said that we always need to get it out there in terms of publicizing.
Also, they're putting an Eventbrite this year, Neil, to get a feel how many people are coming out. So that's going to be the other thing we will add this year that we haven't added in the past. And it's just for us to know how many food trucks we're going to need out there. So we're going to put an Eventbrite as well for this event. I still, we can put money behind the marketing campaign, Neil, we shouldn't be go over that 11,000. And we're still not even counting sponsors. I'm confident we're going to get some sponsors.
Okay. The other thing, Charles, I need to go back to you regarding the concert on the fairway.
Yes.
When do you think we can get that done?
What day are we talking about?
Well, we need
A date before September 30th.
Yeah, anything before then, because
We have $34,000. I think we need time to get together.
Well, what we can do is have a quick meeting regarding events that we can do between now and September 30th. Now, again, remember Charlie Rodriguez came to us and said he wanted to be a promoter to provide some kind of activity.
Mr. Chairman, I don't know if you looked at his numbers. He is very high.
I have not seen him.
I did attend his event at the Miramar. The numbers are extraordinary. We cannot afford that. If we're going to spend that much money, then we need to start thinking about the culture center that Felicia's proposing. But I propose that Charles and George take a lead on this. They're both in the business, and let's get a concert, get together, open up the town event before September 30th. The funds are available. It's time that we reunite again.
That's right. Nick,
I
you
agree.
and George?
Esther, how much would that person be charging?
That person charges a lot of money. That person charges between $15,000 to $50,000.
Thank you, Elsa.
Thank you.
Unrealistic, but we have
Yeah, it's a
people
lot of money.
in-house that can do that.
All right, so
We need to,
ladies and gentlemen, the
check
hour
with the
is
golf
upon
course
us
too,
now. It's been
to
an
make
hour and a half that we've been here. So what we've got to do is kind of put a pin in this and decide.
Can we
we'll
create
call
a
it
subcommittee?
a subcommittee, yes. Charles, would you serve on that subcommittee? George?
Yes.
I would like to serve on it also.
Esther, I'll serve on it as well. And
Me
perhaps
too.
we can meet in the next 10 to 15 days to come up with some recommendations so that we can go ahead and spend these dollars that we have before the summer is past and we haven't done anything. We really want to celebrate the opening of the town again because
So-
we've all been secluded and
Yes,
and
definitely.
kept in our homes for a very
Neil,
long
I
time.
have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. Before you go to the town council and tell them that we are not doing the Mother's celebration, is there a chance that my subcommittee can come up with an idea that would not be as expensive as $3,300? Or maybe a sponsor that will sponsor that amount of money for an event before it's completely shut down?
You want to respond, Madam Secretary?
I just wanted to clarify first who was going to be on the subcommittee for putting together something to open back up the town. I have Charles, George, Esther, Neil on that subcommittee, and I would like
Elsa-
to join it.
and Elsa.
And Elsa, great. Anybody
Can
else?
we ask one of our new members to join us on this? This is where you get your feet wet and what's going on. So does that look like Nick or is that,
Yes. Please.
Eli or Nick, would you like to join?
join us?
Yes, definitely. You can
Okay,
add me
great.
in there.
Add those two names if you would, please. And we need to do that in the next 10 to 15 days so that we can at least come up with some recommendations that we can do and get it underway. It'll be a
And
great
the
time.
fairway is waiting for us.
Okay, Elsa, we're back to you. Elsa, yes, if you can plan something that's going to be less than that $3,000, we can celebrate mothers, then we'll go forward. But it doesn't have to say the sanctity of life. It can just say celebration of mothers. And we'll, see what the amount is, okay?
Okay, I'll work on it.
All right. Is there any other issues to come before this committee? Let me take this opportunity to thank each of you for spending an hour and a half, hour and 5 minutes, no, hour and 40 minutes with us in what we have been, had a really packed agenda.
Chairman, I had asked Willie through you that everything is going back to normal, and I think it's time that we go back to our 7 o'clock meetings.
Okay.
Esther, I'm working on that request.
Thank you.
Neil, before we close,
Yes,
can I say
Madam,
something real quick?
yes?
Yes, just a quick update on the MyGlow project, which it has been, the final artist has been approved for it. So we're looking forward to the installation of the project and some kind of ceremony of the opening for the bike path. So as soon as Renee Wilson has all the information, I will share it with the committee. Because we're part of it too. This is an artistic work, so we're part of it.
Great. Thank you. We look forward to you updating us on that. And if there isn't any other business to come before this committee, I will entertain a motion to adjourn. Is there such a motion?
Motion to adjourn.
I second.
It's
I
been
make a
moved.
motion to
It's been-
adjourn.
Second?
I second.
Just want to remind, I know, before we go, I want to remind you all, we were going to do a team building event at a restaurant downtown called the Red Rooster on the 1st.
Right.
Is that something you all want to do? Because we need to be here over at the Park West by 11:30 that day. And then if we go downtown, it's going to take at least an hour, and it should take no more than, I guess, 20 minutes to, say 45 minutes to do the live video of streaming about the July 4th. So do we want to still do the team building event, luncheon, or not?
At the Red Rooster. At the Red Rooster.
At the Red Rooster.
Yeah, it might work out that we can carpool from
That's
the
a good
park.
idea. Okay, well, I need to make reservations, so it is a no-host luncheon. And you can bring your significant other, but I do need the number of how many people we will be there. And the Red Rooster is located at 940 Northwest 2nd Avenue. I have it on it. So And I would suggest that it should not cost them less than $30 per person for whatever. You'll be responsible for your own lunch, but it'd be just a good time for us as a committee to get together and just have a social afternoon. So please let me know in the next 5 to 6 days so that I can make reservation. This is a really nice restaurant. It's a lot of fun, and they only have 2 in the United States, one in New York and one here. That's brand new, that was built from the ground up, and it's in the Overtown area. And it would be just a great opportunity for all to get together at 1 o'clock on the 1st, June 1st. Is that acceptable to everybody?
Yes, yes.
So what we will do is leave from here from the West Park and then go right on downtown and be there by 1 o'clock. That's why I asked them if we could do the filming at 11:30, which would give us at least 30 minutes with them and an hour to get downtown. So.
Sounds good.
All right?
Sounds good.
Is there any other questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you, thank you.
Bye, guys.
Good night.
Nice to meet you, Eli.
Good night.
Good seeing you, Nick.
Welcome to the committee, guys.
Welcome.
Bye.
Welcome.
You guys.
It's a fun.
Welcome.
Sometimes.